Wake up! Welcome to an episode of No Script News. And Microsoft is laying off 1,900 employees. And I'm not surprised. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. Now, it's never good news when people lose their jobs. Obviously, that people depend on them, their livelihood. I get it, people need money to pay their bills. But one place where layoffs are pretty much the normal is the gaming industry. And it's been that way ever since the beginning. When I was in college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I studied a bunch of different things: graphic design, some coding, industrial design, blah, 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 blah. One of my passions early on, obviously, was video games. And I had the opportunity to go to school to make video games if I wanted to. Even now, I can transition what I learned to video games if I want to. But one of the things that always kept me from getting into the industry was the layoffs. I mean, even 20 years ago when I was, younger, and I was thinking of what to do, layoffs were always on my mind because they were always happening. So layoffs is one of the things that kept me from ever getting into the industry. And that's something that I would tell any younger people out there, any younger gamers who are looking to, make a career out of gaming. Layoffs are going to be a big thing. And a lot of the people who are actually working for these companies, these corporations, are not even full-time employees. They're contract employees, you know what I mean? They only have you for a certain period of time, and then you're redundant. Now, when it comes to Microsoft and Activision and everything, yes, they just spent $70 billion on them. Yes, Microsoft just became a $3 trillion company, the most wealthiest company on earth. But that doesn't stop a company from being a company. If there are redundancies because of the mergers, it would make no sense to keep people in the same job, paying them to do half the job. No. When there's a merger, there's people who have the same titles, same jobs, and some jobs that are just not needed anymore. And so people are going to get fired. Now, there's rumors out there, obviously because it's still fresh, that there's certain departments that are being cut. One department that is speculated to be cut is their physical product department. And so people might be speculating out there that Microsoft is going to be going digital. And who knows, maybe they are next generation. There's reports that about 80% of Microsoft games sold are digital now. So, 20% loss ain't, it is a lot to lose, but, they're eventually going to have to get on the bandwagon as well, next generation, I think. Now, I'm not saying that because of these redundancies and these layoffs, that's what they're going to do. It's just a bunch of rumors out there going on. Different departments are getting cut, and we'll see after the dust settles, we'll see what's going on. But for the most part, it's just trimming the fat, Right now it's Microsoft. Last year it was Sony. There's independent studios out there like laying off people every day. It's nothing new in this industry. It's a volatile industry to be in. And she's over here messing with sorry, that was Dylan messing with the food bowls. I have a carpet under it, and she always scratches the carpet and makes it clink. Anywho, yeah, it's always sad when things like, layoffs happen, like I said, but you got to know what you're getting into. And this industry is brutal. I wasn't even going to report on this because layoffs happen all the time. But instead of just reporting on the layoffs, I hope this is a public message out there to people who, I want you guys to make video games. I want new generations to make video games because, obviously that's my hobby. But all I gotta say is I salute you guys for being in the industry, because layoffs are always around the corner, and that sucks. I mean, at least these Microsoft employees are getting severance, and who knows, maybe they can reapply in different studios, because that's the thing about these studios. Even though they have layoffs, eventually they do have to rehire again. And like Bungie right now, they just recently laid off a bunch of employees a few months ago, and now they're hiring again because they need to fill positions. I mean, it's just a evolving, like breathing being, video game development. You know what I mean? So you always gotta plug in these holes and stuff. And sometimes, you know, you gotta, you know, clean house. Unfortunately. Anywho, that's gonna do it for this episode of No Script News. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.